Doc Favors here. Welcome back to the channel. As always, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our new subscribers, all of the new tribe and family community members. We appreciate you being here. With that being said, I want to talk to you all about a very sensitive but serious subject that's dear to my heart, and that is escaping the identity crisis. Okay. And it starts with the question: have you ever felt that you were undervalued, underappreciated? You were the one who was there for everyone, and every time you turn around, you're trying to advance, and it just seems like you're getting knocked two, three steps back for every step you move forward, right? And then it puts you in this vibration. It's a weird vibration where you may be always you may start to doubt yourself, start to doubt your calling, start to doubt your vision. You just really start to, especially when you're talking about business and trying to move forward in that dynamic, in whether it's leadership, business, ministry, what have you. This will happen, you all. And I've come to realize throughout all the years of training in leadership and being in leadership, still in leadership, that sometimes we go through seasons where it seems as if we are having an identity crisis. That means understanding who we are, the value that we bring to marketplace, and just being comfortable in your own skin. And today I'm going to share three strategies, three tips, if you will, that I believe that will help you. And I believe this because I use them. Okay. And so the first thing, let me just say this. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. This is Doc Favors here. And what we do here, guys, if you just go here very quickly, you'll see that we're here for individuals who aspire to achieve success through mindset transformation, leadership development, and business and investing mentorship. Okay. And so that's where you see that. And a lot of times the information that I'm sharing with you all, it is practical, it's experiential, but it's also things that I learned from my mentors. I've had a blessed life and opportunity to work with some of the greatest, okay? And so those areas that I'm describing or that you see there, that's what that is because I've been mentored in all of those areas. And that's what helped us do what we do. So the first thing I want to share with you all is mindset. If you're taking notes, you can write that down. I always have notes when I come on here, and I got my notes over there. So occasionally you may even see me glance over there at my notes. But the reality is this: when you're talking about mindset, my mindset is to come here and to deliver the best and quality content that I can deliver. Okay. So that's what that is. So when we talk about mindset, let's break this down. What is the mindset? Your ability to think, your ability to act, your ability to feel, all of these things has to do with how you perceive things in life. And so if you don't have a strong mindset, if you don't take the time to build up those higher faculties, your ability to imagine, to reason, to think, to sort, sift, and separate information that's coming into you, many people don't realize this, but you actually get emotionally involved with what you think about. So you got to understand this, good people, that when you're talking about no matter what's happening in your life, if you want to keep your mindset, you want to make sure that you can escape those moments where you feel as if you're inadequate, which is what we call in the identity crisis. How do you escape that? You got to build up your mind. If something works, if something don't work, you got to learn how to be neutral. That means when everything is going great, you still cool. If everything is going not so great, you still cool. You see? If you give, please hear me and burn this on your mind. If you allow someone or what someone says to alter your state of being, your state of thinking, your mindset, then in essence, all you gotta do is push a button and they can control you to an extent. There's an old proverb that says, "He who angers you controls you." Because some of us, when we used to get angry, I used to be the same way. I dealt with this, guys. I used to get so angry that I would just almost black out and do things, man, and get out here and just and don't even remember what happened. Oh man, very, very dangerous place to be. But I'm glad and I thank God that we're over that. Okay. So we're talking about building your mindset. How do you build your mindset? You want to position your mindset and begin to read books, listen to things that is going to help you move the needle to where you want to be. And so when it comes to mindset, there's two things that you always need to remember. You need to know, or always need to know, where you are and where you want to be. And wherever it is you want to be, you got to get to the level of thinking, get to the mindset of that place. And when you do that, certain things that happen. Let me tell you something. If you're here because your goal is a big goal and you're trying to stretch to get there, and you got some people that's down here, look at this. In order for them to throw stones at you, they got to throw up. So they got to deal with gravity. They got to deal with everything, even to get them stones up there. So a lot of times when you flying so high and you laser sharp focus and you got a committed decision that you've made to really go somewhere, don't matter what the people say who are down here. They can't get up there no way. So why even worry about them? But listen, if you don't have a strong mindset, if you don't strengthen your mindset, then you can get caught up, and next thing you know, when that crisis come in, you won't be able to recognize it. You won't be able to think your way out of it. There's a good book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill that teaches you how to actually think and get the results you want. So I like that book. It's a good book. All right. And so the second thing is that I have for you all is the image. Now, this is going to require a little work. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I want you all to understand something that is very key. You will never outcreate the image that you hold in your mind. So when you talk about high quality achievers, okay? I used to march in a band, serious show band down in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee State, the AOB, Aristocratic Bands. And it was intense. I mean, we used to have to wake up at like 5 in the morning, be on the practice field. In band camp, y'all, we had to get up and we had to get it. Football was in camp, we was in camp, and we had to practice hours and hours for a 15-minute show, y'all. We had to practice thousands of hours, seriously. Marching up and down this field, then putting music to it, then learning the drill, and then having to do all this simultaneously. It was intense, whether you realize it or not. Okay. Then you had to still go practice so that you can meet the qualifications of staying in the band so that you can be a good player. And so if you can't see yourself, and this is one thing I learned even then, when I would practice by myself, I had to visualize. I had to create an image of that field. I had to create an image of the people who marching side by side because you got 1, 3, 5, 7s, y'all. You got if those who know, all right. And you got to hit your mark. You got to be there, and you still counting. Boom, and then you got to move, right? And so, what helped me, along with other high achievers that I know, is to visualize the outcome. That means creating an image. And so, if you in a race, you visualize you in the winner's circle. If you're in the business, you visualize yourself as the CEO in a company that's doing great. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy, wealthy, looking great, and feeling good. Okay. That same thing applies though to your self identity, to your self image. So when it comes to overcoming an identity crisis, you strengthen your mind and then you have to create the ultimate image of yourself. So that's what it means when we talk about be, do, and have. Okay. You want to become that person first. Then you have the things that person deserves. I mean, you did, wait a minute, you become the person in your mental eye. Then what happens is you begin to do the things that person would do, and then you have the things that person would have. And I'm talking about you. You see, when I was coming up, we had what you call role models, someone that you can kind of hack or model yourself after until you find your voice. Well, today, the same concept still works, you all. I came up with a concept called success hacking. And that's basically what it is, to role model those who you want to be like. And that's why mentorship and coaching is so important to me. And I believe it might be important to some of you all because sometimes in life you don't know that you don't know until someone who knows tells you so. And so, with that being said, you all, give me a minute. We'll be back in just a minute. Sometimes you don't know. And so, if you don't know, and what happens is if someone who knows don't tell you, then you could learn, you can go about it the hard way. Okay. And y'all excuse me, I got some people coming in, but anyway, got another meeting getting ready to happen. But here's the reality. If you learn how to create the image of who you want to be, with his business, his ministry, leadership, entertainment, corporate America, it doesn't matter. What matters is if you learn how to create the image and see yourself in that position, see yourself doing exactly what it is that you want to do. And next thing you know, point number three, I'm gonna give it to you real quickly because you see I gotta go. You'll begin to move different. You'll begin to act, think, and feel. That's attitude. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. That's what attitude is. So you develop the attitude of a person who is essentially the person that you want to be. So I'll give you an example. When I first started in this industry of success and growth and development. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor with the Proctor Gallery Institute, we would get on these calls, y'all, and he would always say, "What have you done today?" He's talking about action. That's the third thing. He said, you should always be selling. You sell yourself with your personality. You're selling when you put on your outfit. You're selling, and so no matter what you're doing, you have to be taking action, steps to move the needle to where you ultimately want to be. That's why it's so important that you do this work. You do the mindset work. You do the image work. You create it. You think about it. You flesh it out. And then you start acting. That means you got to get emotionally involved with it. You start acting like that person. And then day by day, if you just apply 1%, you will see yourself starting to change. Your decision making will change. The way you present yourself will change. Obviously, depending on the industry that you're in. For me, what changed with me doing the personal growth and development, I started to become a student of the product, which meant my mindset started changing. I had to start seeing myself coaching and mentoring other people to help them get their results because that's what it's all about. Okay. When I tell you that we can, teach you how to make money, I can teach you how to trade forex, I can teach you how to invest in something. But when it comes to this identity crisis, this is sometimes the hardest thing for people to deal with is themselves. And so the steps that we have, if you take my advice and do what I'm telling you right now, you begin to take action. Just 1% better a day. That's all it takes. That means if you wrote something down yesterday, write something down today, write something down tomorrow. And you keep writing something down every day that's going to help you improve who you are, help you take action. I don't care. Say, for example, if you want to go to the gym, even if you have to take the action to prepare your gym bag the night before. So when you get up, you don't have to scramble around looking for this and looking for that. You can have it there. Guess what will happen? You will find yourself taking action, and next thing you know, you get into a rhythm. And once that rhythm happens, anything that comes your way, you will be mentally strong to handle it. You have an image that is strong to handle it. And your action, your movements, your response, the way you respond, never react, always respond, which means you think in kind before you say something. If you do that, guys, you will escape the identity crisis every time it arises. Every time you have that image or that doubt or that word that comes to you, you would switch that and say, I can, because I already did, right? So, good people, I hope that helps some of you all, especially where we are right now. It's a lot of weird things happening, rumors of wars happening. And so, if you want to really be successful and really get to the next level, strengthen your mindset and charge forward. I guarantee you, you'll thank yourself for it. So, as always, guys, if you've gotten anything from this piece, don't forget to hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, and actually leave some comments down below, because if you all ask some questions about this, then I can actually do more material for you and help you get where you want to be. All right. And as obviously, we do have our programs up. Some of you did ask a question. I'll share this with you all. And you go to MikeFavors.com. Our programs is there. We have a few pieces here on the main page that we're doing. You got a free success routine. Some of the things that I do daily, like the 3 steps I just gave you. I do this work daily, you all, because you all know as well as I know, everyone don't want to see you succeed. So sometimes you got to encourage yourself. And then we have the journey beyond. I want to showcase this. There's two main things that we have, but this is one that we put together and to teach you, and it is very price efficient for you. And every month we get on, we get back here and we talk about some things. We talk about business, and we use a model of the life of Joseph and some other things. And we have a success plan here. You dream, you plan, you store, you multiply, and we kind of cover that. And so that's the one that I want to showcase today. And so I can leave a link down below, but it's very simple. Just go to MikeFavors.com, guys, and check it out. And I would love to see if we can help out. If not, you also can book a call for some of our higher end programs. Some of you all might be at a place you're just trying to break through that level. We can help out with that. So, with that being said, it's Doc Favors. I appreciate you all, and I hope to hear from you very soon. We'll see you next time.